Next up, I wanted to talk to Matt about not necessarily so much card related, but just somebody that in the sport, who do you think has potential to win a championship that right now is like somewhat slept on? So I'm curious to hear who you think can kind of climb the rankings or just is already high in the rankings and general consensus is just kind of low on them. Who you got for that one, Matt?
I'm just going to go ahead and just start back to, where we left off last time. Run back the same one. I was just not talking about him. He's a rookie this year. That's Josh Van again, and I don't really need to say a whole lot more because I was just now, talking about him a whole lot. But I'm telling you, he's going to be the champion. I don't know if it's next year, in 2 years, but at
Yeah,
some point in the
like you
next
said,
5 years.
23. So much
Yeah.
time, dude. So much time to work.
Yeah, and just crushing these fools. The only time he's lost in the UFC was a third round knockout to Charles Energy Johnson, which is odd to even say because Charles Johnson doesn't knock out anyone.
Precision man.
But I think it was like on 2 weeks notice. But Josh Van is known for taking like super short notice fights, so I think maybe bad weight cut, and you can get caught, clipped, things happen. So that's the only time that he's lost, but his title run is for sure on the way right now. And another one that I don't know if he's slept on, but he was the one middleweight and light heavyweight champion. He's came into the UFC. I've picked against him now a
Yeah.
few times, dude, just because
Did you learn your
his
lesson or are you going to
striking
keep doing it?
Oh yeah, for sure. His striking is so goofy, dude. He looks like when he gets hit, he like shies away, and I'm like, dude, like when he fought GM3, dude. It's like GM3 was boxing him up, and he looked like he was like, oh, I don't like this at all. And like
Yeah.
when I saw that, I was like, damn, like if he fights anyone that has power, he's going to get knocked out. His next fight was booked against Kevin Holland. I went in on Kevin Holland so hard just because I was like, Kevin Holland's got the striking to put this dude out. And then I think at the weigh-ins, I was like, oh, shit. Like, RDR is so big. He is a
6'4".
huge guy.
He's a real deal 6'4".
Yeah.
That's a big boy, man.
Yeah, man. And so when he fought Bo Nickel, me and D Rose both had money on
Nice.
RDR. But the wild part is we both had money on him by decision or by submission. Neither one of us thought he was going to come out there and just like, knee him in the body, knock him out. And like this was like the first time ever like the Bo Nickel like wasn't like a minus 1,000 favorite. Like it was a pretty close fight by Bo Nickel standards, but
Yeah.
I RDR versus Rob Whittaker is next, dude. But I mean, RDR is a big guy. There's
He's going to
no
be
shot
way
he'd ever
longer.
make
He's going to be way longer than Whittaker, man.
and just like Kamzat just went in there and just picked up Rob, threw him down. It's like, what's stopping RDR from doing that? Really, it's like I have to go RDR. So it wouldn't surprise me if we seen RDR versus Drikas or Hamzat, soon for the championship. It wouldn't surprise me if he's won because he's just one that it's like, okay, I'm done counting them out. I'm done.
Yeah.
He's goofy, but he's like Drikas. He just keeps winning. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thought when I saw him in GM3, and I was like, this guy, they were in the walk up, they were touting the accolades, former champion and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this guy's, I don't know about him. Then he comes out, does that to Holland, and then does it to Bo. So I'm a believer now as well. But yeah, what struck me most against the Bo fight was his physicality and his athleticism. Like he is a real deal 6'4", and he's not skinny, man. He is a big 185er. One kind of trend that we saw for quite a long time now in 185 has been the guys that are taller have been dominating the weight class for like the past 5-6 years. We had Izzy, we had Poton, both 6'4" plus potentially for Poton, and now we have RDR, almost similar stature, similar frame. So 6'4", strong guy like that, I'm completely with you on him potentially, getting it done against Whittaker, and then maybe even doing something crazy against Drikas as well. That would be, what an unorthodox fight that would be, dude. That would be the
So
Daniel
goofy,
Cormier
dude.
watching the tape would be like, what am I even supposed to say here on this one?
Dude, they would not have Teddy Atlas on the
Yeah.
booth that night, dude, because he's always in there, like talking about Sean O'Malley, this and that.
Yeah.
But they would not have him in there if we get RDR versus Rodriguez.
Mhm.
He'd be like, I don't know what I was watching.
Yeah, man. For this one, I wanted to pick your brain on a guy, and I was kind of looking through the rankings. I was like, who is kind of lower in the rankings that people are not necessarily talking about too much? And I was kind of looking at some of the matchups, and I think if some things play out right, maybe Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is a guy that I would say is still kind of slept on within not just the card community, but also in the UFC world. What are your thoughts on him potentially making a run, and what do you think of his skills?
I love Fluffy, dude, and the Michel Pereira fight to me was a big eye opener because early in his career he could get hurt to the body like a little bit, and once that happened, he was done. I believe Kevin Holland may have like hit him with the body kick, knocked him out, and one other guy too. So it's like he's lost to the body before.
Hmm.
So it's like that was the one thing that's like I was kind of waiting to see. And then Michel Pereira came out there, hit him with it again, but he recovered, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong, or am I
No,
right
yeah,
with
yeah.
the
No,
Kevin
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Holland?
Kevin Holland TKO knees and punches, so he must have got him
Yeah,
to the body and just wilted him, dude.
yeah. So that's in the past though, but
Hmm.
he's dropped a lot of weight. Showing up with abs. Lasted the Michel Pereira kick. But one thing for me is I think you can get him early, and if you get him early, that's cool. But when round two starts, if you don't have the cardio to
Oh yeah, man.
relentlessly
That's why I
suck
like him.
takedowns for the next 2, 3, 4 rounds, dude, you're cooked. You're
Hmm.
cooked. So round one is always going to be a problem with him because he'll absorb. He'll like here's how it goes. He'll like have his hands up. He'll get hit in the face like 2 times and then one time hard, and then he'll be like, he'll like put his tongue out and
Yeah.
be like, I'm all right. Like, but yeah, I do love me some Fluffy. Middleweight is slowly getting fun, but
Hmm.
still, I wouldn't. Not the best division, dude. Like, I think Caio Bahaio's fun. Yeah, as you said, like Fluffy's in there. RDR's like in here now, so it's slowly getting a little bit better. But it's nothing like 170, 155, 45, 35.
Yeah, man. I think I really like the motor of Hernandez. Like you said, he's got that super high motor, man, and I feel like he has that dog in him. And when the fight gets gritty and when the fight gets tough, he's able to win and overcome that. And maybe it is because of the fluffiness, dude. He's not as chiseled, he's not as cut as everybody else. Maybe for whatever reason that's helping him out, having a little bit more fat deposits during the fight. But I could see him getting the win over Dolidze, which kind of sucks that they're so close in the rankings here. Not much movement for either guy if they get a dub. But I
That,
think Kyle
that's
would be a
one of the,
tough fight though, and maybe Hamza and of course DDP I think would be very tough just because the physicality of those guys.
I think Dolidze, he might, that might be the next fight. I know something's happening soon. Like, I'll have to go back, but that Dolidze would be a fun one
Yeah, I
because
think they're
that's
running
another
it
person.
in a couple months, like 2 or 3 months. What is that,
Yeah,
August?
yeah,
So that'll be a fun
yeah.
one, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's one where it's like, oh, I don't. I'm a fan of both fighters a
Yeah,
lot, but I think I might lean to Dolidze because it's not like he's like inept on the ground.
yeah, he's good.
He's really
He's
good
strong
on
too.
the ground. Exactly, and it's like even if he does get taken down, he would probably go to his back and then try to sweep, opposed to try to stand back up
Yeah, like
again,
wrestling
get
up.
taken down.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that's not really Roman Dolidze, so I think that's a fun fight, dude. I'm excited for that one.
Hmm. Yeah, I think
And then
the only thing I could
sorry.
see maybe Hernandez getting the edge is just the dog, dude. If he really puts a pace on him, I could see Dolidze wilting a little bit, and maybe it's
Mhm.
not a finish, because Dolidze, like you're saying, he is really competent on the ground and he has a good submission threat. But I think he might be able to just outwork him and maybe get a decision win. It is the main
Yeah.
event, so five rounder,
Yeah,
dude.
man.
That's gonna be.
Dude,
We'll see the gas tank on display, but I completely agree, man. That's gonna be a really fun one.
yeah. And then, sorry, we kind of went off topic there. I got one more person that I think has chances to become a champion. And I know a lot of people don't care about women's fights, this and that, but I got to show my ladies some love,
Oh yeah.
especially one that is so clean. I talked about it, how I love my strikers, crisp, clean, and that is Natalia Silva, dude. She is a rookie, or not a rookie. She is like a rookie this past year.
Hmm.
That, if you don't like women's MMA fights, I get it. Not everyone does. But anytime I have an opportunity to make money on a fight and I see someone with glaring skill advantage over the entire competition,
Yeah.
I'd be dumb, not to put my money on it. And she just, picked apart, shut down Alexa Grasso over 3 rounds in her last fight, dude. And
That was
aside
impressive.
from aside from maybe Manon Fuhr, I don't know anyone that's, dude. I think Natalia Silva. I think like Natalia Silva beats Valentina right now, no questions
Mm.
asked, dude. Because Valentina's just going to stand there and do her little just bouncing there, and like Natalia Silva is just going to be just picking and poking at her the whole time. And
Yeah, her movement
dude,
is on point.
and I know, so, like some questions maybe asked, can she stuff takedowns? How's her takedown defense? She's, stopped them all from Jasmine Jazdovicius, Teresa Bleda, and I think one more person too. So, Jazz is a big girl for like 125 too. And it's like, dude, good luck taking this girl down. She is another person that is just precise, dude. She's so good. She's so good. So for her to be the champion sometime in the next 1 to 2 years, um, I would count on it, man.
Nice. You heard it here first. Go all in on her. She's got what it takes.